Hello and welcome to the Model 5, which is called Problem Tree and Logical Framework Approach. We're gonna start with a problem tree analysis, or in short, PTA. Here you can see a short content of the model, what we're gonna learn today. And Central Learning covers introduction to the problem tree analysis as pre-tool in impact forecasting, mainly in youth projects. Then we're gonna give you some understanding on how to use the problem tree analysis to identify a cause-effect relationship to an identified problem. And finally, we're gonna provide you with some tips and tricks on how to develop a problem tree analysis in practice, naming some different stages such as phasing, layout, and facilitation. The goal of this presentation is to introduce you to problem tree analysis as a valuable pre-tool in impact forecasting and provide you with an understanding of how to use it to identify cause-effect relationships in identified problems. By the end of this presentation, you will also gain some practical tips and tricks on how to develop a PTA, including its phasing, layout, and facilitation. So, first of all, we want to explain you why we say that PTA is a good tool, pre-tool for impact forecast. As previewed in previous models, impact forecasting plays a crucial role in addressing complex problems. First of all, it helps us anticipate the potential consequences of our actions and make informed decisions. So why should we choose problem tree analysis? First of all, it's a systematic approach that helps us understand the cause-effect relationships within a problem and its surrounding context. By identifying the root causes and effects, we can develop effective strategies to address the problem and achieve desired outcomes. So, there are some ideas how to use PTA as a pre-tool for impact forecasting. First of all, it's very important to understand the context. PTA allows project stakeholders to gain a comprehensive understanding of the context in which the problem exists. By analyzing the causes and effects, we can identify the broader social, economic, and environmental factors influencing the problem. To put it simple, understanding the context is essential for accurate impact forecasting, as it provides a basis for considering potential interactions and dependencies. Second thing is identifying key drivers for change. During the problem tree analysis, stakeholders identify the root causes and intermediate causes of the problem. Some of these causes might act as critical drivers of change that, if addressed, could lead to significant impacts. By identifying these key drivers, impact forecasters can focus their efforts on interventions that have the potential to create meaningful and lasting changes. Third thing would be defining logical interventions. As stakeholders discuss the causes identified in the problem tree analysis, they often generate ideas for possible interventions or solutions. Impact forecasters can use this information to develop a range of logical interventions that may address the identified causes and lead to positive outcomes. Another thing would be assessing interconnections and trade-offs. As PTA visually represents the cause and effect relationships between various factors influencing the problem. This allows stakeholders and impact forecasters to explore potential interconnections and trade-offs between different interventions. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for making informed decisions about which interventions are most likely to achieve the desired impact. Then we have data collection and baseline information. To perform impact forecasting effectively, you need reliable baseline information and data. The problem tree analysis process may highlight data gaps and areas where additional information is needed. Addressing these gaps helps ensure that the impact forecasting is built on a strong foundation of evidence. And finally, we have stakeholder engagement. PTA involves stakeholders from various backgrounds and perspectives, fostering a collaborative environment. Engaging stakeholders in this process allows impact forecasters to consider different viewpoints and potential impacts on different groups of communities. Of course, all that leads to realistic and informed expectations. By conducting a problem tree analysis before impact forecasting, project stakeholders can set more realistic and informed expectations about the potential outcomes of a proposed interventions. This helps avoid unrealistic goals and ensures that resources are allocated efficiently. So let's start how to use PTA in your work. To be able to use it as a tool for impact forecast, first we have to learn how to do it. Let's dive into the process of constructing a problem tree analysis. So, how to use it? First, we need to identify problem. We begin by that and we place it at the center of the tree. Second thing is to identify causes. We have to brainstorm and identify the factors that contribute to the problem. We place them as roots. There can be, of course, several causes leading to the problem, so we should name as many as possible. Then, we should identify effects. We brainstorm and identify the factors that contribute to the problem. We place them as branches. By visually representing the cause-effect relationships, we gain a clearer understanding of a problem's complexity. Right? So now we have a problem, and then we have some different causes and some effects that have this relationship with problem and causes. So to develop a problem tree analysis, we have to go through different stages as well. We have to make several key steps. First of all, we have to identify problem. We should engage stakeholders, gather data, and clearly define the problem statement. One of the tips would be to brainstorm the problems that are relevant to you. So you will have more motivation to talk about it and to look for solutions. The core problem of a project should be very specific and concrete. Less specific the problem, less specific causes and effects to overcome. So if we say that we have a problem, it can be a very small problem, but step by step we can start overcoming that, and that leads to success of a project as well. Second thing would be brainstorming causes and effects. We should encourage diverse perspectives and facilitate idea generation. We can use different techniques like mind mapping to capture all relevant factors. It all actually depends on your group and your own interests, how you want to do that, how you feel comfortable about choosing one or another technique or tool. But the idea is to have as many causes as possible, same as effects, so we can have like this complex view of the problem and the things around it. So what is mind mapping and how can it be used in this problem tree analysis? So to put it simple, it's a diagram used to visually organize information into hierarchy, showing relationships among pieces of the whole picture. It is a tree-like structure that hierarchically connects subtopics to a main topic. Mind mapping can be done by specific software or simply by hand on the paper. And interesting fact, it has been suggested that mind mapping can improve learning study efficiency up to 15% over conventional note-taking. So you should consider this as an option when you are making your own problem tree and looking for the problem and for its solutions. Steps for developing a problem tree analysis would be analyzing cause-effect relationships. Basically, it's assessment of the strength and interconnections among the identified factors. And this firstly helps prioritize key issues. Of course, usually we have many different issues on a table, but first we should prioritize and say what's our main priority and what are the first steps we want to take. And of course, refining the problem tree. It's very important to streamline the branches, prioritize factors, and identify the key root causes that need to be addressed. So from this point, we know where to move forward. Here you can find some tips for effective facilitation during PTA sessions. First, create a safe and inclusive environment. Encourage participation from all stakeholders, ensuring everyone feels comfortable sharing their insights. Secondly, foster active listening and respectful dialogue. Encourage participants to actively listen to each other's ideas and engage in constructive discussions. And finally, use visual aids and diagrams. Visual representations help participants grasp complex relationships and facilitate better understanding and collaboration. To conclude, problem tree analysis is a valuable prior tool in impact forecasting that allows us to identify cause-effect relationships within a problem. By understanding the underlying causes and effects, we can develop targeted strategies to address the problem and achieve desired outcomes. I encourage you to apply the knowledge you've gained today in real-life problem-solving scenarios. Thank you for listening and see you in next submodel.